Hello and welcome to this tutorial on Yoast SEO in Shopify. I'm Fleur and I work at Yoast SEO Academy. In this video, I'll tell you all about what Yoast SEO can do for you. But first, let me ask you a question. Why did you set up an online shop? I'll assume it's because you want to sell your products, right? But before people can buy your products, there is another big step they need to make. They need to come to your site. And that's where Yoast SEO can help you. Your best efforts combined with the app's features are bound to bring more traffic to your store. With Yoast SEO to guide you, you'll be writing clear and convincing content that customers enjoy. Yoast SEO also helps search engines find and display your products and other content in their search results. So let's start and explore how it works. Once you've installed Yoast SEO successfully, you'll see the Yoast welcome screen. It gives you a short introduction to what the app does for you. I know that when you're getting started, you may want to quickly read and click through the screen to get to the app. So don't worry if you forget about what you've read. We'll talk about all of it and more in this video. But now, let's start with the flow suggested in this last welcome panel. It will help us tell search engines more about this site, so they can show it better in the search results. I'll click the Get Started button, and that takes us to the site representation settings in Yoast SEO. With these settings, you can add the information Google needs to feature your site in a knowledge panel. That's that thing you see on the right side of the screen when you Google something. It's quite eye-catching, so it's good to have your store appear there. Adding the information in Yoast SEO is not a guarantee you'll get a knowledge panel. Still, it's good to give Google the information it needs. Now, all you need to do is fill in the fields here and click Save Changes. The rest is up to us. We will produce the code that Google needs to understand your site. Let's move on to explore the other settings. Just below this item, there's the Schema output settings. What's that exactly? Schema is code that search engines can read and understand. We automatically describe your pages with schema. And as a result, Google knows when a page contains a product. It can understand the price, manufacturer, or color of that product, among other things. When it can understand the page, there is a greater chance it will feature the product in Google Shopping or display the page as a rich result. Here you can enable or disable the schema output Yoast SEO produces. Of course, I would suggest you leave all these toggles switched on to get the most out of the app. We only recommend that you disable some if you already have other apps that output the same schema types. While with the schema settings you increase the chance to get rich results, in the site settings you can decide what your site looks like in the regular search results. What I mean by that is that you can decide what your snippets look like. In Yoast SEO, you can edit your SEO title and the descriptions and set defaults for them. First, there are the site defaults. In these settings, you can choose a site title, a separator, and an image. The site title and the separator will be the default template for the SEO title for all your content types. The image here will be used as a fallback in case you forget to add an image to an individual page. Now, you can also set templates for specific content types. Below the heading Content Settings, you'll see an overview of all the content types you have on your site. The template settings are the same for each content type, but you need to set the template for each content type separately. Let's check out products as an example. Here you can set a template for the SEO title and a meta description for all your products by using variables. Here we have some preset ones, like title. That's the title of the page. Then there's a separator and a site name, which are the ones we chose in the site defaults. You can add more variables by clicking this button, or you can also write something yourself. If you do that, try to make your title and meta description catchy and informative, so you increase the chance people land on your site. Like here, we could say something like, making tasty chips since 2002. But what does that say to a customer? Not much. We should make them excited about our products, stir up some emotion. So we could write something like, "We've erased the guilt in guilty pleasure. Our moderately sized bags of healthy chips deliver all the pleasure with zero guilt." Now, besides your regular content types, there are some special pages that can appear in the search results. A 404 page, for example, is a page that informs a user that a 404 error has occurred. And a search page refers to your internal search pages. In Yoast SEO, you can set the title for such special pages here. I wanted to show you the templates for the whole site and the different content types, so I skipped one tab, the Webmaster tools. Each search engine has a tool that gives you feedback on how your site is doing in their search results. Those tools also let you see if there are errors on your site that negatively affect its SEO. So it's extremely useful information. You can access it by first setting up an account with the Webmaster tool you want to use. After that, you'll need to verify ownership of the site. That's exactly what you can do with these settings. Yoast SEO helps you verify your site quickly and easily. Just click the link of the Webmaster tool you want to add and follow the instructions there. Or check out the materials in the description to learn more. Finally, before I show you the Optimize tab in Yoast SEO, let's go to the dashboard settings, because I also skipped those. Here you'll find some settings related to the theme modifications. When you install Yoast SEO, it automatically makes modifications to your theme. If you decide to uninstall Yoast SEO, you'll need to delete those modifications, which is exactly what you can do here. This is a setting you'll only need if you are no longer using Yoast SEO. But of course, you'll never need that. Okay, we're halfway there. We saw how you can use Yoast SEO to communicate with search engines. It's now time to explore how Yoast SEO helps you improve your content. You can start by going to the Optimize tab and finding the page you want to optimize. I should say that you cannot create new product pages or other content in Yoast SEO. You can only optimize the content you've created in Shopify. However, you can access Yoast SEO via the editing screen in Shopify. Let me show you how. Let's go to Products and then select one. Now we are in the Shopify product editor. And here in the top right corner is the More Actions button. I'll click on it and I'll select Optimize with Yoast SEO. That took me straight to the Yoast SEO optimizing screen for this product. So let's stay here and explore the settings. You'll find all the Yoast SEO settings for optimizing your content in the sidebar. Let's start with the readability and SEO analyses. These analyses help you write easy-to-read content and make sure the content is optimized for search engines. To get feedback on the readability of your content, you'd of course need to have written something here. I'll click on the tab to expand it and see all the issues the app found. The feedback uses the bullet system. Green means good, orange means that I should make some improvements, and red is an urgent call to take action. The readability analysis checks things like whether you use lists, your sentence and paragraph length, as well as your use of passive voice, transition words, etc. So, what can I improve here? According to the feedback, I need to shorten a paragraph. I can click on the I button next to the feedback and see exactly what paragraph I need to edit. Aha, it's this one. Where does it make sense to split it? Maybe here. Did you notice how the feedback changed immediately when I edited the paragraph? The feedback works in real time, so every time you make a change, it will react to it. Now let's check the SEO analysis. To get that one working, you need to insert a focus key phrase in the focus key phrase field. A focus key phrase is the phrase you want your page to rank for. When you add the key phrase here, Yoast SEO will check the content and give you feedback on your key phrase use. The analysis also gives feedback on things like the meta description or the use of images and alt tags. I seem to have issues with the meta description here. As you may know, it's possible to add a meta description, a title, and a slug in Shopify. But you can also do it in the Google Preview tab in Yoast SEO. If you've already set a title in Shopify, and you've set templates for the SEO title of your products, Yoast SEO will overwrite the Shopify title with the Yoast SEO title template. And if you added a meta description in Shopify, it will appear here as well. You can then check Yoast SEO's feedback and edit the description if necessary. What about if you created a template for your meta descriptions for your products in the Yoast SEO content settings? In that case, you'll need to go to the Shopify editor and delete the description you've set there. Then come back to the Yoast optimizing screen and you'll see your template again. But wait, why would you do this? Well, as you can see, the Yoast SEO snippet editor has more options. It contains a preview that you can toggle between desktop and mobile. The SEO title field lets you quickly set SEO titles using variables, such as a separator and a site name. So your titles may look like this. And the Google Preview settings come pre-filled with the templates we've already set before. So that makes your work quicker and easier. The best part is that Yoast SEO gives you immediate feedback on the length of your description and the title. You'll know exactly what you need to edit. For all these reasons, we advise you to use the Yoast SEO settings when working on editing your snippet. Now, back to the SEO feedback. Is there anything else I need to fix? The app checks if I added the key phrase in the right places, and in this case, I have. And it gave me green bullets for the meta description. Great! Yoast SEO also lets you add synonyms and additional key phrases. By doing that, you can make your content more engaging and varied. So, for instance, instead of mentioning the phrase potato cutter multiple times, you can add a synonym like potato slicer as well. That will ensure your content is not too repetitive. So you won't have to use potato cutter in every paragraph and subheading and make your content boring. Using synonyms can also increase the chance more people find your products. The same goes for the additional key phrase. Let's add potato cutting machine here. Notice how Yoast SEO now created a separate analysis for this key phrase. The feedback here is shorter and focused only on the crucial SEO points. It looks like I have some things to edit here, but you get the idea. Good. Now that I've optimized the post for readability and SEO, I can use the Yoast SEO sidebar to edit the social preview of the post. That means that I can determine what this page will look like when I, or someone else, shares it on social media. Let's go to the Facebook tab to see how that works. Here I can add an image, a title, and a description. To make it easier and quicker, instead of writing the title and the description by hand, you can also use the variables, like this. As I add my content, I can immediately see what it will look like and decide if I like it or not. And once you've nailed this down, using the Twitter tab will be easy, because it works exactly the same. In the sidebar, there's also a Schema tab. As I mentioned previously, Yoast SEO automatically describes your pages to search engines using schema.org structured data. That increases the chances you'll get rich results, like these. Okay, but why is there a Schema tab then? Because for some content, you can fine-tune the schema we output based on the content type. For products, you can't alter the output. But for instance, let me go to a blog post and show you the options there. For a blog post, you could choose the page type and the article type schema in the sidebar. I should warn you though, that although we do make this possible for some content types, the defaults are still the best option to stick to. So only use these settings if you really know what you're doing. Otherwise, stick to the defaults and don't worry about it. Where were we in the product sidebar settings? The Advanced tab. With these settings, you can give instructions to search engines about what to show in the search results. For instance, you can hide the whole page from the search results. Or you can choose to only hide certain elements of it. You can also tell search engines not to follow links on the page. What does that mean? Well, search engines index websites by following links. But links also help them make sense of your site and its structure. So why would you want to prevent them from following links on a page? In some cases, you may be linking to a sponsored link to a third-party site. Search engines see links to third-party sites as an endorsement. If someone links to them, they must be relevant or important. So that link has value. But perhaps you don't want search engines to associate you with that site in any way, or have them give value to that link. So you can tell search engines to not follow it. Further down in these settings, you'll see some more controls called Meta Robots Advanced. I'll quickly tell you what they are about. No Image Index lets you prevent search engines from crawling and indexing the images that you have on the page. No Archive prevents the search engines from showing a cached copy of the page. Let's go to Google's results so I can show you what that is. If you click here, you can access the cached version of this page. It's the version that was there when Google robots last visited it. But the page may have changed in the meantime. So the original version you can access via the regular link may be different. If you want to prevent Google from showing this older version in the search results, you can use the No Archive setting. No Snippet prevents the search engines from showing a snippet of this page in the search results and prevents them from caching the page. Finally, the canonical URL field is there to help you prevent duplicate content. Let's say you have posts or pages on your site with similar content. For example, you could have the same product on multiple URLs. To avoid confusing search engines, you can tell them which URL contains the original content with a canonical URL. Now, in the vast majority of cases, Shopify takes care of this for you automatically. But for those rare instances when you might need to add a canonical yourself, you can do it here. Finally, in the sidebar, there is the Cornerstone Content tab. This setting is available for all your content types. So you can mark your blogs, collections, pages, and of course your products as Cornerstone content. For example, you may have one or multiple products that are iconic items for your company. When people see that product, they think of your brand. You might also have products that are always available, never run out of stock, and sell very well. Those are your cornerstone products, and you should make sure that their content is well optimized, so it gets a better chance to rank. Because cornerstone pages are your most important pages, when you toggle this switch on, the readability and SEO analysis will become stricter. That's because we want you to get your cornerstone pages in the best SEO shape and make them very easy to read. And that's it. That's everything you can do in the Optimizing tab of Yoast SEO. When you're done optimizing a post, click Save Changes. And with that, you are ready to use Yoast SEO in Shopify. If you want to learn more about the app and get more detailed instructions about the features, check out the Yoast SEO for Shopify course. The link to it is in the description below. Now, have fun optimizing. And of course, if you like this video, don't forget to click like and subscribe.